kiss for you.
The Devil Fruit Gamuga by the Straw Hat Boy Monkey D. Luffy. Before the Wano arc begins, many people assume that Luffy needs to be awakened by the evil buff author to compete with the Four Emperor Kaido. So after awakening the Devil Fruit, what new abilities will Luffy have? Up to this point, we only know that there are two users of the Paramusha Devil Fruit in the form of awakening in One Piece. The first one is Donquixid Doflamingo and the second is Charlotte Katakuri. After waking up the Ito no Mi, Donquixid Doflamingo can turn the surroundings into silk, enabling him to bind and control the victim at will. As for Charlotte Katakuri, after awakening the power of his Devil Fruit, he can transform everything around the Maki Castle, helping to increase the range of attacks and capture opponents. If you notice, there is a coincidence that is not true opponents. If you notice, there is a coincidence that is not light here. The Devil Fruit that Luffy ate also belongs to the Paramusha system. Therefore, the introduction of these two different Devil Fruits was awakened to be a great intention of the Oda Saint. Not knowing so many demons, the author had to choose Paramusha for what? So did not know after a fight with the two stunned opponents, Luffy has learned a bit or not? What about the extraordinary intelligence? Luffy is better than anyone else. Will the Straw Hat Captain awaken the power of the fruit of the demon Gamu no Mi to turn the material around the rubber wall to manipulate everything at will? And is it not clear whether Luffy's awakening of the Devil Fruit is any different from the other Paramusha Devils? But with the new power, Luffy's ability will have a chance to compete with Tohoang Kaido, not just eating a mist that has fallen. Please join us in anticipating that has fallen. Please join us in anticipating the abilities, the new power Luffy will have if he awakens the Devil Fruit. 1. Turn material in the surrounding environment into rubber. Does this ability sound very reasonable? Imagine if Luffy used this power, turning everything around into rubber. This would be a great advantage for him when fighting against powerful opponents. He could take advantage of the rubber strength to overwhelm the opponent because he was unfamiliar with the battle terrain, lose his balance or turn it into a huge net to counter or capture opponents. Even Luffy can create a rubber house to confine the opponent in it. 2. Luffy can control his skin density. If really awakening the Devil Fruit can help Luffy control his skin's density, then Luffy doesn't even need to use Haki to block sharp weapons. I am talking about how Luffy can reshape his skin into a hard scales covering his body, even developing into a combat weapon like Katakuri. On the other hand, this ability also helps to increase Luffy's punch power. It is like Gear 5's development when gaining the power from awakening the Devil Fruit. 3. Free control of compression capability. Thanks to this ability, Luffy can shrink his body parts, a form of opposing power to Gear 3, to the maximum, then burst to attack, just like when Luffy had pressed his hand when 4 gear use. But when he awakened the devil, Luffy could apply this ability to all parts of his body. Imagine what if Luffy used Gear 3 that was compressed to be smaller than the Tontada. We all know that the more compaction the greater the power. 4. Increase muscle to attack. Remembering in Gear 4, Luffy increased his muscles to increase his basic speed, attack, power, Bound Man, defense, Tank Man, and attack speed, Snake Man. However, due to the body's gas inside and the skin were extremely elastic, Luffy turned into a rubber ball that made him unable to stand still and jump up and down repeatedly. So what do you think? When the Devil Fruit is awakened, he will overcome this drawback. Even if Luffy increased his muscles evenly, he would look like a big muscular guy. Luffy can attack all sides from any part. After reading this, you probably have many ideas for yourself about Luffy's evil awakening power. Please share with everyone. Awakening power. Please share with everyone.